Hi, after a lot of research and thinking about things, here at TV Trade we're after compiling a kit which we're calling the Irish Digital TV and UK Freeview Combo Kit. And basically the idea of this is, in certain parts of Ireland it's possible to get transmission frequencies both from the new digital transmitter service in Ireland, Saorview, and also from the UK service which is called Freeview, okay? So we have to try to calculate what is it possible to come up with a sort of a generic kit that will cover these needs. And we found that in most circumstances where it will work, a single kit will work. And we have this kit here now, and we're just quickly going to demonstrate it to you. Basically what we have is, maybe I'll start off by showing on the computer here exactly what we're trying to achieve, and it'll give you a better idea about the kit then. I'm just going to go into the Irish TV and UK Freeview kit, and then I'm going to scroll down on the transmitter info tab, and I'm going to show you that here in all the main transmitters in Ireland are shown here for the Saorview, and in the north and in Wales you can see that the Freeview transmitters are shown as well. Now basically the UHF band on which all Freeview and Saorview transmissions are done is broken into three colour codes. At the bottom part of the spectrum is red, in the middle is yellow, and at the top part is green. And if it covers the full spectrum like it does with say in Spur Hill here, it'll be in black, okay? Now mainly the same colours that were relevant for analogue will be relevant for the new digital service, but that's not always the case. A case in point being the Tree Rock. So what we investigated there is how far into the Republic will this signal from Freeview come. So what we discovered is along the border it probably comes in about 50 or 60 kilometres quite easily, and then along the east coast it's probably coming in a distance of maybe about 15 or 20 kilometres depending on mountain ranges and things like this. So it is possible to combine them in a number of cases, and if we scroll down along the screen here we can see that I've shown here the range of the frequency transmissions for the Saorview, which is shown in green, and blue for the Freeview transmitters in the UK. Now only the first transmitters here are being used currently, because only one MUX is being used in Saorview, but in the UK they're using up to 6 different transmitters, but that won't remain the case forever, and as more channels are added on, I'd expect it at least 2, 3 or maybe up to 4 MUXes will be used in Ireland at some stage. So if you're investing now in doing your aerial, it's best to upgrade for that possibility. So to scroll down a little bit further then, when we said is, when we're looking at the map here and we're saying, well, what transmitters are close to which ones could you possibly combine? We come up with the following table. We said that Boher Mountain, which is effectively Enniskillen, that could be mixed with Carn Hill, or it could be mixed with Trustmore, and Divis transmitter could be mixed with Claremont Carn. And in each of those things, if we were trying to join those two aerials into a single frequency, how would you do it? And you do it with the most commonly used one would be a diplexer that would combine a 35 and a 37. Now I'm going to go into the exact details in this diplexer here. So this gives the general idea. So that we have 2 different transmissions. We're going to join them into a single aerial and feed them to a single kit. So in terms of the 2 aerials what I suggested we use is, we can see with 2 aerials here. One is a yellow tipped and the other is wideband. We went for the yellow tip because it just gives a slightly higher gain on the range that it's aiming for. The black tip is good because it'll cover the full UHF spectrum, okay? And we'll need to mount this on a pole like this, and then that 1.8 meter pole would normally be mounted on a chimney, and we have a chimney mounting bracket here, okay? Now this will eventually feed into, we'll say, the following. The UHF part of it that's aiming for Freeview more than likely will need to put a Mast and Amplifier and a power unit on this, simply because we're trying to overcome the problem of losses incurred by the fact that where you are in the Republic picking up this service, you know, there'll probably be a reasonable level of loss due to the distance, so you want to boost the signal and make it stronger. So what we have here is we have a low loss high gain Mast amplifier here, which will be used in conjunction with the power unit, and the effect of this is to send static electricity, maybe 12 or 24 volt, into the aerial to a point where if you actually put your hand in the aerial it'll be full of static electricity and it pulls in a much stronger signal. And what we do is we amplify that aerial and we combine it with the other aerial to this part, which is the central part of the kit, which is this diplexer, and it's called a 35-37. And if you see there's 2 inputs on it, it's channel 2 to 35 and channel 37 to 39. And this is great in terms of it can feed two aerials in, and between those frequencies it'll combine them together with a very low level of loss, but it'll filter out any frequencies above 35 here and below 37 on this side. So even if the aerials are picking up interference outside the range that we're interested in, it'll filter it out, and a single cable feeds out of here, and we'd use an F connector like this one here for feeding that signal back around, okay? So we'd have a single cable then that'll feed out, and it'll go through an installation kit such as this. So it would have maybe a 20-meter run of satellite cable down, put a coaxial connector on the end of it, and it'll feed into, this is just an example where we're stocking with it right now, but just a generic MPEG-4 high definition box. And this would be capable of handling both the Freeview and the Saorview transmissions. And you can actually put the BBCs and the Irish, all the rest of it, onto a single receiver, okay? Now, so you can see this is a very cost efficient way of doing it. It's very attractive to some people who don't want to put satellite dishes up in their house, just want to get away with an aerial system. And also, as more channels such as Dave are being broadcast on Freeview in the UK that don't appear on FreeSat, you know, you'll actually end up with a better channel range going this route, I would say. Now, the disadvantage is that it's complicated in terms of, if you're going for a satellite solution with a combo box or something like this, you can say this will work virtually anywhere in Ireland. Doesn't matter if you live in the East Coast, the centre, the West Coast, anything like that. Where for this to work, you definitely need to be on the East Coast of the border is the first thing. And then the second thing is, it changes, what you need changes depending on where you are. As you can see, there's a whole range of different frequencies being used here. And in that, the demands of the aerial and also the diplexer changes. So you can go with the wideband aerials if you want. I find it's better if you're able to cope slightly better if you can come along and use a color-coded aerial if it's applicable. But one thing I'd say to here is, just say you're based in Dublin and you were trying to pick up off of Tree Rock for the Irish channels and also Arfon in the north of Wales, okay? You can see here that this is yellow and green is basically the bands it's covering, and a 50-52 combiner is exactly what you're going to want, okay? So it's impossible in those ranges to drop off the diplexer that comes in this, order the kit as standard and simply add a shipping note in to say, please give me a TFC 50-52 and change aerials to go with that. And basically what that means is that we would give you a wideband aerial and a green tip as well in comparison with it, and that would be things. So it's a bit of a compromise how we put this kit together, but I thought it was worthwhile to doing it because it would greatly simplify the process for people for whom Freeview and Saorview and a single receiver is an option. And you know, this kit hopefully will find a useful source of information in terms of transmitter information, and the fact that you can buy it in a single kit will make it an attractive option towards people. So that's an overview of the combo Irish digital TV and UK Freeview kit.